Today, I am going to tell you the life journey of a personality whose greatness cannot be contained in words, whose mention makes hearts tremble, whose blessed name brings mercy upon the entire universe. A personality whose arrival opened the eyes of humanity, ended the long night of oppression, and brought forth the radiant sunrise of guidance. Today, we speak about the one whose character softened the hardest of hearts, whose smile turned enemies into friends, whose honesty and trustworthiness amazed the entire city of Makkah. The one whom the Lord of the world sent as mercy for all creation, Muhammad Mustafa. In the valley of Makkah, under the open sky, surrounded by a society drowning in ignorance, where darkness ruled, injustice prevailed, and idols were worshipped, a child was born, a child destined to transform the world. From childhood, Muhammad stood out. Never a lie, never dishonesty, never wronging anyone. People would say, this young man is not just Muhammad, he is As-Sadiq. Not just Muhammad, he is Al-Amin. Time had already declared that this personality was no ordinary human. Years passed. Muhammad grew into adulthood, and his honesty, integrity, and character became renowned throughout Arabia. People trusted him so deeply that they would leave their most precious belongings with him without a second thought. During this time, a dignified, honorable, and wise woman of Makkah, the noble merchant Khadija bint Khuwaylid, ERA, heard much about Muhammad's honesty. She included Muhammad in her trade caravans, and everyone who returned would say the same thing. We have never seen a man as truthful and trustworthy as Muhammad. Her heart became convinced. She understood that this man was better than all others. Then came the moment when Khadija, R.A., expressed the desire for marriage, and thus, Allah blessed Muhammad with a wife who became his greatest support in every trial. Khadija, R.A., did not just become a wife, she became a pillar of strength, a source of comfort, a companion in every fear, every sorrow, every hardship. Time passed. Muhammad grew weary of Makkah's environment. Idolatry, injustice, corruption, cruelty, all of it pained him. Then came that day, that night, when in the silence of the cave of Hira, Muhammad was being prepared for the greatest responsibility in history. In that cave, while humanity slept, while the world was lost in heedlessness, Allah sent Jibril, H. and the first revelation descended. Iqra, read. Muhammad trembled. This was the moment that would change the destiny of mankind. He ran home saying, cover me, and Khadija, R.A., wrapped him in her embrace, comforting him, soothing his fear. And the first heart to believe in his prophethood was the heart of Khadija, R.A. Soon after, Abu Bakr, R.A., embraced Islam, the truest friend of the Prophet. Then Ali, R.A., raised in the Prophet's home since childhood, and from among the freed slaves, Zayed, R.A., accepted Islam. Thus, the first four shining stars of Islam appeared. The early invitation to Islam was secret. Only a few close individuals entered the faith, while the chiefs of Makkah knew nothing. But then Allah commanded, O Prophet, warn your close relatives. The call to Islam began openly. People listened, some drew closer, some walked away, some laughed, and some became enemies. Islam spread, and so did persecution. Muslims were tortured brutally, some tied with ropes, some laid on burning stones, some starved, some beaten, some killed. But despite all this, Islam did not stop. It continued to rise. Because the personality of Muhammad captivated hearts. When the Prophet walked by, children would run after him. The elderly would pray for him, and the faces of the believers would shine with hope. Then one day, when the oppression reached its peak, Allah decided to give Islam a gift that history would never forget. A man whom Muslims feared, whose name struck terror. A man of strength, courage, and fierce determination, and the greatest enemy of Islam. Allah was about to change his heart. That man was Umar ibn al-Khattab, One day, burning with anger, he picked up his sword with the intention of ending the prophet's life. But Allah stopped him on the way, changed his intention, and turned his heart. He heard the recitation of the Quran in the house of his sister and brother-in-law, verses from Surah Taha, and his heart melted. A heart of stone transformed in a single moment. This is the miracle of the Quran. He said, "Take me to Muhammad." Then came the moment when Umar, recited the Shahada in front of the Prophet. The entire house echoed with Allahu Akbar. Islam stood tall. The believers felt strength in their hearts. Umar said, "O Messenger of Allah, are we not upon the truth? Then why pray in secret?" And for the first time, the caravan of Islam marched openly through Makkah. The Quraysh watched silently. None dared face Umar. Time passed. Islam grew stronger. The migration to Medina happened. The first mosque was built. The first Islamic state was established. Muhammad transformed society, establishing justice, teaching morals, giving rights to orphans, honoring the poor, supporting the helpless. A prophet who could have lived as a king, yet lived simply. No guards at his door. He cooked his own food, mended his own clothes, visited the poor, and placed his hand on the heads of orphans. Then came the day of the conquest of Makkah, and the greatest enemies of Islam stood before him. Yet the prophet said, "Today you are all free." This is his greatness. This is his character. This is his mercy. And then, his final sermon, as thousands wept. "Have I conveyed the message?" And thousands replied, "Yes, O Messenger of Allah. You have fulfilled your mission." He said, "Your blood, your wealth, and your honor are sacred. Treat women with kindness. They are a trust from Allah. Do not oppress anyone, nor accept oppression. All forms of interest, riba, are abolished forever. Every Muslim is the brother of another Muslim. No Arab is superior to a non-Arab, nor a non-Arab to an Arab. Superiority exists only in righteousness. I leave behind two things for you, the Quran and my Sunnah. Hold firmly to them, and you will never go astray. Establish prayer, care for women, and treat your servants with justice." Then he said, "O Allah, bear witness, I have conveyed your message." And thousands replied, "O Allah, bear witness, your messenger has delivered the truth." After this, the brightest light in the world departed, but his mercy, his teachings, and his guidance shine until the end of time. This is the luminous life journey of Muhammad Mustafa.